Maria, well, thank you very much, and welcome to San Antonio, Texas. Caitlin Clark, all smiles, the nation's leading scorer, ready to lead Iowa against her good friend, the freshman phenom, maybe the player of the year, Paige Bueckers, and UConn. UConn and Iowa, a trip to the Elite Eight is on the line, and this game is underway on ABC. Bueckers right away, misfires badly.
Defensively, she gets the steal, giving attention to Clark, the other end scoring.
Clark cross court, catch fire, and hit. Gabby Marshall
have players who can hit from deep.
Bueckers looking for help, finds it in Edwards again. Oh yeah! Aaliyah Edwards feeling it in the early going.
Re-enter, and here she's back. It's important because Bluter said she has to play well for us to win today.
Yeah, absolutely, Howie. Nice steal there from Caitlin Clark. 3-on-3. Clark the pull-up. No. Rebound Bueckers. Yeah, we asked Coach Bluter if there's someone outside of Sonano and Clark who has to have a big game. Who is it? She said Warnock. So far, though, nice early minutes from Kate Martin. Warnock, a three-point UConn lead. Cross court, Bueckers, Westbrook, again from downtown.
Rewarded like Williams was on the last possession.
A 10-2 UConn run. Clark trying to force the action, banks it in. The first bucket of the game. UConn lead in the Sweet 16 matchup. Clark being hawked by Edwards. Wants the screen, gets it. Will pull from deep, off the mark. Rebound Westbrook. Clark actually feels more comfortable further out than right up against the three-point line. Something she remarked to us, and the numbers bear out as well, as Paige Bueckers is on the board in the Sweet 16. Clark, 2-for-1 opportunity. Clark trying to shake Williams. Good D. Marshall hits the three in the corner and executes the 2-for-1. Williams, a quick trigger. No. Bueckers the offensive board. Bueckers' leaner is good. A 6-point UConn lead. Final seconds of the first quarter. Clark trying to get around Williams. Couldn't lay it in. The follow is good for Warnock. And that'll do it. An exciting first quarter.
They've been able to get in there from their guards off dribble penetration, off of offensive boards. They're big.
Warnock, a high arc
for her so far in this game.
Clark had just 3 games all season where she didn't score at least 20. She had just one single-digit scoring game. Nice delivery there. Clark to Sonano. 3. How about Griffin? Short. Rebound. Clark tried to get it. Nelson Atota just said, snatched it back. Williams connects on a 3. Kristen Clark. 2 to shoot. Has to heave. Short, long rebound, lands in the lap of Gabby Marshall. Guarded by Edwards. Marshall trying to shake Edwards. Could not. Clark being hawked by Williams. Clark, nothing easy right now for Caitlin Clark. The UConn D has been sensational. And look at Griffin getting on the boards for UConn. Williams again. Kristen Williams is feeling it. They will make that the 6th for Nelson Atota. Oh, nice find. Sonano to Clark for 2.
Seen it earlier in the game too, when Sonano would catch the ball, telling him.
Clark guarded by Edwards, trying to get around her, bodies in, and gets the whistle against Aaliyah Edwards. That'll be the first personal on Edwards.
That entire possession. What a great pace this has had.
Incredible. Brent and Ann, the parents of Caitlin Clark, in the building here to watch their daughter in this Sweet 16 matchup as Clark hits both free throws.
Like to watch your child in this environment.
Beckers leans in and finishes. Paige Beckers now still there from Kate Martin, who did a nice job on Ryan Howard in the second round. Clark bodies in, couldn't finish, tumbles to the floor, and Caitlin Clark is fouled on the loose ball.
Yeah, Iowa in their 1-1-3 zone there. You know they like to trap the baseline.
Clark all the way in, lays it home as she tumbles to the hardwood. Beckers down the other end, leads for Williams. She finds space and finishes. Clark fired a bullet into Sonano, couldn't finish. Good D from Nelson Adota. Westbrook peeling back. Beckers, the leaner, yeah. Paige Beckers now with 8 points to go with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Clark, 1 of 6 from 3 in this game. Shoots it at 41% on the season. Nice job by Edwards, read the pass the whole way. Beckers with the left hand gets the whistle. And Will, as Holly talked about in the open, very good friends. Clark saying to her.
Only appropriate then that she plays for Gino Oriema, who also has his own strut.
Clark, a deep one. Oh! Gets that to drop. Second 3 of the game for Caitlin Clark. 11-point UConn lead. Winner heads to the Elite 8. Beckers will pull up from the mid-range and bury it, and Paige Beckers now with 12 points.
Iowa can score, especially with Caitlin Clark on the team. Iowa can score. The question becomes, can they stop Connecticut from doing the same? UConn shooting 59%.
Beckers, oh, what a delivery to Edwards for the finish. A gorgeous dime from the freshman Beckers.
Associate head coach Jan Jensen said if there was open gym at 6:30, it was an hour and a half away, so Jan would be on the road at 5 a.m. recruiting her. Their whole staff, as she splashes another 3, also went to Bangkok to watch her play for USA basketball, and with a swish like that.
Here is Beckers. Beckers underneath, dropped by Nelson Adota. Here comes Iowa, little life here at the end of the third. Clark speeding to the rim, gets fouled, and Caitlin Clark will shoot 2.
Why it's so important.
The under-19 FIBA World Cup tournament, she said, after certain games this year, Sonano still grabbing the back of her head in the backcourt. There's a 5-on-4 here for UConn. Edwards will take advantage with the bucket plus the foul. Turned off as this third quarter winds to a close. Clark has it deflected. Martin back to Clark. Her 3 is good. Caitlin Clark buries a 3 to end the third. She's up to 19 points. Beckers, a 3. Truth! A big response from the freshman Beckers. 3-point range, better than 44% this afternoon. Beckers, again! Paige Beckers!
To Olivia Nelson-Adota.
10-point game, 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this Sweet 16 matchup. Clark looked like she was fouled by Westbrook, no call. Now a 2-on-1. Williams lays it in on the other end as Clark grabs onto her head following the contact. And I believe a timeout. Nice play out of the inbound. Marshall had a look, gave it up. Here's Clark. Clark yet to score in the fourth, and that's through the arms of Martin and out of bounds as Iowa turns it over.
We said it at the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'll say it here again.
Beckers gave it up in the corner. Makarad, why not? Anna Makarad. Clark the spin, and that is the first bucket of the fourth quarter for the nation's leading scorer. the freshman Caitlin Clark and Rebecca. I certainly hope this is not the last time we see Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark go up against each other in college.
Oh, these two teams certainly need to get a series in the books.
And put it on ESPN, will you?
That's right.
Macaron hits the three. Iowa will take a timeout, and UConn is ready to punch. An incredible season for Iowa, and just the start of something with so many underclassmen. As Beckers takes the charge, helped up by Clark. They exchange a smile and a pat. This round will go to Beckers, but we certainly hope to see much more of it. The crowd will rise to its feet. And that will do it. The UConn Huskies are headed to a 15th straight Elite Eight. They take down Iowa 92. And this semifinal show is underway. One of the things that Lisa Bluder's worked on all season is getting Clark off the ball more. Here's Clark driving and laying, and Caitlin Clark has the first point. Beckers off to Edwards. Here is Shade, the freshman, takes and hits.
Ashlyn Shade is elite in her mid-range game.
Here is Edwards. KK Arnold will take the three and knock it down. How about the freshman Arnold and Shade?
KK Arnold stepping in confidently, created by Aaliyah Edwards. One dribble, draws the defense, kicks out.
Elite Eight performance as well. Martin's three is good. Went 6 for 6. Against Connecticut last season. Lisa Bluder thought that might give Martin a little extra juice and confidence with her shot. Beckers, mid-range, sure.
Gabby Marshall is face guarding Paige Beckers everywhere she goes. Connecticut anticipated that, setting screens for her.
Mule dumping it in. Edwards able to get to it. Here's Nika Mule. She got it on a three. Gino Auriemma telling us he would need 2 or 3 threes.
Mid-range game, and then the late closeout. Caitlin Clark doesn't even put her hands up. Why? Because
Connecticut back in transition. Clark, a bomb. No, back iron. She thought it was in.
So did I.
Right on line, just a bit too strong. Arnold able to grab and finish, plus the foul. And a touch foul from Clark.
Look at this elite catch, Ryan Ruocco. The ball is thrown behind KK Arnold, gathers it anyway, finishes inside. That's not a foul. Did she get her?
I think on the head. 7-0 Connecticut. Clark bounces. Stolke able to finish through the contact of Edwards.
Terrific screen to free up Stolke on that under out of bounds play.
Here is Stolke, thank you very much. Ollie Stolke does drive it and lays it in. Edwards just picked up her first foul, had to be careful there. Marshall off to Martin. Martin will drive it inside and get denied by Edwards, and then Shade able to save it. Here's Clark, dumping it to Stolke. Stolke looking to take Brady. Stolke insists away for the finish plus the foul.
Stolke is an impressive Hannah Stolke. She is really good at this, getting the ball at the free throw line, taking it in. She doesn't usually.
She's now 0 for 3 from deep. Beckers can't hit the three. Ice Brady. Clark had to be careful there. Was passive on the rebound. Here's Shade in the corner. Yeah! Gets the roll. Here's Arnold flinging it out. Mule will fire. And hit. Again, Clark with her hands down, and Mule rattles in a three.
Here, once again, one hand sort of up. That's not a contest. You cannot contest with your eyes.
Clark working so hard to try and get open. Clark gives it up. Bierbach will fire. That one is good.
There's one.
Here's Mule. Eyes up, looking for Beckers. Beckers bounces, and Edwards able to finish.
Sets a screen. Runs off the screen, sets 2 screens.
Iowa completely disjointed in this first half. Edwards, the deep catch, could not finish it. Clark finds Stolke beautifully, and Stolke lays it in. Here's Arnold turning the corner and laying it in as she snakes around Martin.
UConn is more just trying to take away the middle of the floor.
And again, Edwards comes up with a steal. Clark turns it over again, and Edwards lays it in. And UConn's defense all over it.
On point, and the big girl, Aaliyah Edwards, getting the steal, running out in transition. Everything.
Turnover from Iowa. Beckers connects.
Paige Beckers. Paige is wide open.
And Caitlin Clark slow to get out to her. They're the highest scoring offense since 2014. Clark drives this one and lays it in.
Smart.
Very well be one of the main reasons why. Beckers unable to connect with Edwards there. Here is Clark. Clark zipping into the paint. Feeds the corner. A falter. Martin back to a falter. Step back three is good. Arnold on the drive, flips it in. KK Arnold, the fearless freshman with 10 in the first half. Clark on the drive, banks it in. Mule had to be careful there. Little momentum for Iowa. Clark to a falter. A falter lays it in. Beckers twisting into the lane. Beckers not going to miss that one. And that is how the first half will end. Yeah, she has also talked about having the weight of the world on her shoulders, but what's helped guide her through it is the joy she feels just playing basketball in March, where the games are most fun. Marshall, they could use it. They have it. To start the third, Gabby Marshall rings in a three.
Started the first, and that was with a turnover.
Backdoor, Arnold pops it in off the delivery from Mule.
The first possession, Marshall here, Martin.
A falter bounces, Stolke has size on Shade, and buries her. Shade goes backdoor, Beckers reverses it home. Beckers just 3 of 9 in that first half. Clark comes back to the basketball. Clark looking to spin away from traffic. Double screen. Gets open. And hits. First 3 of the night for Caitlin Clark.
Offense has come alive here in the third quarter. The double screen. She steps to her left side.
Court, Martin. Attacking Shade. Martin turns and ties it. Beckers responds from deep.
And Paige Beckers comes down the other way. Gabby Marshall gets stuck behind.
Winner will play South Carolina Sunday on ABC as Beckers lays it in.
We've seen UConn post up Paige Beckers a number of times.
They dump it down. Brady able to finish plus the foul. Huge bucket there for Ice Brady.
She says she's been working on her back to the basket game, and there showing some physicality, getting the and one, showing emotion as well.
Stolke trying to get it to Clark. Does. Her three is good. Plus the foul.
Basketball. Nika Mule denying all over the court. This is good defense, and Caitlin Clark doesn't get much space. And then lands.
Here's Clark driving, finding. Stolke gets whacked, able to finish. No whistle. Iowa bench apoplectic that there wasn't a foul. They have to leave her in because of Mule going back to the locker room. Here's Arnold driving in, finds Edwards who lays it home, and Kate Martin got poked in the eye, has Shade on her. Clark into the lane, bounces, Stolke able to finish. Edwards center of the lane, left alone, knocks it in.
And that's the area of the floor against the Iowa zone that will be open. That's the sweet spot.
A falter into the lane. A falter lays it in. Good touch there from Sydney. A falter before the help of Brady. As this third quarter winds to a close. Ice Brady dumps it down, and an easy lay for Edwards to tie the game. Now gets it into the arms of Martin. They dump it down. Stolke working Brady and finishing. You have an assertive Hannah Stolke tonight. Difficult pass. Edwards. How about Beckers from three? Short. Rebound to Clark. Iowa has not had a two-possession lead yet tonight. Clark, step back three. You bet!
She's coming to check in now, but here, the step back to the left, that's really good defense. Vernika Mule and Papa Clark.
Brady, yeah. Big shot there from Ice Brady.
Ice Brady had some big moments in the Elite Eight game against
UCONN with four, back on the floor. Edwards, around and in. A couple of huge mid-range jumpers these last two possessions from Brady and now Edwards. Clark trying to work Arnold, separates and finishes. 48 straight games with at least 20 points for Caitlin Clark. Brady again. The smooth stroke of Ice Brady. Brady and Arnold both playing with 4 fouls. And a knockaway from Clark. Here comes Clark in transition, bounces, Stolke able to finish. What a dish from Caitlin Clark. Beats it out to Martin. Martin pounding the drive, fading and hitting. Largest lead of the night for Iowa, it's 7. Going at Arnold, who has 4, a falter, squeezes it out. Marshall, she got it. Mule. Into Edwards, deep catch, working O'Grady. Edwards able to finish. And a Stolke getting a breather right now for Iowa. Shake free of Mule. 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter of the semifinals. Oh, Mule just snared it away from Clark. Here's Beckers, huge three on the way. Is good!
Here, just 2 come at her, and Nika Mule does a good job getting her hands on the basketball, and then Beckers the other way, stepping confidently into the 3.
Gets it across to Martin. 6 to shoot. Martin working Beckers. Martin, tough finish! A tight game down the stretch.
So much talk about Caitlin Clark and Paige Beckers. Well, how important are the others? Kate Martin with just a tough finish.
Arnold into the lane, dips under and finishes beautifully. And now Connecticut will take a timeout.
Paige Beckers and then the freshman KK Arnold with the spin and the finish. Walk alone.
Iowa by 4. Martin off the handoff. Martin putting it on the deck, spinning inside and finishing. Kate Martin wants this. Beckers, the mid-range dish, and Edwards, the beautiful finish. What a decision by Paige Beckers. Stolke looking to hand it off to Clark, instead going to wait. Trying to hand it to Martin. Martin then throws it away. Here comes Mule with Beckers. Arnold jitters through. Mule, a 3 is good. It's a 1-point game. They won with a 9-second differential.
I mean, incredible. They push it the other way. Nika Mule, who has been quiet offensively in this.
Clark waiting. Clark on the move. Finds Stolke. Stolke dishes. It's taken away by Arnold. Save to Edwards. And Connecticut takes a timeout. Now it's Connecticut, down 1. A trip to the title game on the line. Mule, the drive, 5 seconds left. Looking for Beckers and an offensive foul. An offensive foul on Edwards with 3.9 to go.
They were trying to set a screen for Paige Beckers to get a look here. Aaliyah Edwards barely leaning, and the foul is called. Oof.
She is 3 for 3 from the line tonight. And drains the first. Biggest free throw of Caitlin's decorated career. Is no good. Rebound about to falter, and what's it going to be? A held ball, and Iowa has the possession arrow. Iowa has the possession arrow and control. Clark to inbound, Iowa by 2, 0.8 to go, and that will do it. Iowa survives Connecticut and heads back to the national championship game